Hi, welcome back. In the previous video, we created our first cloud function. That cloud function was triggered by an HTTP request. In this video, we will see some more types of triggers which are available for cloud functions. So let's get started. First, let us go to the console and navigate to the cloud functions. Here, we'll create another function and this will open up a new wizard and we will name the function, let's say GCS demo, right? And I will leave the region as it is and I'll scroll down to the trigger type, and here you will see that there are a lot of trigger options available. So there is PubSub, there is storage, and there are a lot of other options available which are currently in preview. So these three options, the HTTP, the cloud PubSub and cloud storage, these are the options which are available for a long time, right? They have been here since the inception of the cloud function service, as opposed to the newer ones which are available in the preview, right? So for this example, we have already seen HTTP in the previous example. In this example, we will see PubSub and cloud storage, and we will see how they work, right? So for this example, we'll select cloud storage as the trigger, and as soon as you select that, you get an option to select the event type. So you can choose from 4 event types. So it's basically the events that GCS emits, right? The Google Cloud Storage emits. So as you can see in the list, you have an archive event, you have a delete event, you have a create event, and you have a metadata update event. So you can have your workflows based on these 4 events. Now you would ask, what is the use of triggering a cloud function on certain type of events? So consider a scenario that you are let's say a video streaming company and users are uploading their video. So you are keeping your videos in GCS. But for showing your videos, you have to create a thumbnail. So what you can do is that you can have a cloud function getting triggered whenever a new video is uploaded, and that cloud function can extract a thumbnail for that image, right? And that cloud function can extract the thumbnail for that video. So it will all be automatically happening. So it will all be event driven, rather than being, a polling service where you check whether there is a new video in the bucket or not. You can have it all event driven. So these are the events which are available for you. So for this function's purpose, I would select the finalize or create event. I would not do retry on failure, and I'll just save it. It will ask me for the bucket, right? It will ask me for which buckets I want to, get the events. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select my bucket, which is apt task US. This bucket right here. So one thing to note is that when you are creating a function which gets triggered by GCS event, you need to make sure that your bucket and your cloud functions are in the same region. So if you remember, we have chosen the US as the region. So I'm choosing the bucket which is in the US region. So just keep a note on that. Otherwise you will get an error. So right, I'll just save that. I will leave everything as it is and I'll go to the next. And here again, we will use Python 3.7. We have a lot of options available, but we'll do that. So here we have the function pre-populated and it will give you the file name. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to print the event payload as well, right? So I will print the event payload as well, just to see what all fields are available. And what I'll do is that I'll just deploy it. So this should deploy my function. And while my function is getting deployed, what I will do is that I will copy the bucket name so that, I want to upload a file to this bucket so that a create event is generated and my function gets triggered. So while this is getting created, what I'll do is that I'll hop over to my command line, right? I'll hop over to my command line and here I will create a dummy file, right? So what I'm going to do is that I will create a file with the text hello world and I'll pass it over to dummy underscore file.txt, right? So I'm just going to do that. And then I will again come back to my console, and I'll see whether the function is deployed or not. It is still in deployed state. Yeah, so now my function is successfully deployed. You can see the function is active. I'll again go back to my command line, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy my dummy file which I have just generated, and I'll copy it to the bucket which I have specified in my function, and I'll just hit enter, and yeah, so it has copied the file. Let us go back to our console again, and if you go to actions, I'll just see the logs. So if my function is triggered, I would see that happening in the log. I would see the logs for it. I'll see the logs for the execution, and rightfully so, you will see that your function was started. So you will see an event log which says function execution started, and it said processing dummy file. So we uploaded the dummy file, we got the dummy file. Now there is one interesting bit, is that this is the payload that you get. So you get a lot of information. You get the content type of the file, you get the bucket, you get the complete link for that file. You also get the time storage, the timestamp when the file was created, the storage class, so on and so forth. So you get a lot of information based on which you can do further processing. Right, so that's how the GCS trigger works in Cloud Functions. So next up is that I will try to demonstrate how a PubSub trigger works. So I'll just say PubSub demo, and again I'll leave the region as US Central 1. I'll come to the trigger type. I will select Cloud PubSub. Right, so how the PubSub trigger works is that, so PubSub is a service where you have topics. Some producer is producing the message and pushing it or publishing it to a topic, and then there are subscribers which can subscribe to a topic and can read off those messages, right? Going to use a schema. I'm not going to use a encryption myself, so I'll just create the topic, and I will let the wizard create the topic. So it says the topic has been created, and I will do just save, and again I'll just hit next and choose Python 3.7, and there's the code, right? So here you will see the actual message that you have published. I'll deploy the Cloud Function, and it will again take some time for this Cloud Function to get deployed. But so my function is deployed, my PubSub function is deployed now. So I will head over to the topics in the PubSub. So you will find PubSub down in the big data section, and here you will see that your topic which you created from the Cloud Function wizard is available, right? So that's the CF demo topic that I created. Now interestingly, you will see a trigger Cloud Function option here as well. So what you can do is that we created a function and then linked a topic to it. You can do the exact opposite as well, right? You might already have a topic and you want to trigger a function, so you can click here and it will take you to the function creation wizard, so on and so forth, right? It will take you to the function creation wizard. So that's how the services are interlinked. So I'll come back here, and I will go to the messages. And what I will do is that I'll say I want to publish some messages, right? So I will say I want to publish 10 messages, and the message interval will be 1 second, and the message is hello CF from PubSub, right? This is the message which I want to publish, and I will hit on publish. So what you will see is that you will see your messages being published. So 3 messages are pending, 2 messages are pending, 1 message is pending. All of the messages have been published. I'll hit dismiss. I'll go back to my Cloud Function again on the action. I'll open up the logs, for my function, and I should see the logs getting printed 10 times or my function getting executed 10 times. So amazing, right? So I see all of them. So function execution started, hello CF function, 9 millisecond, 5 millisecond, 5 milliseconds. So you see how fast this serverless service is, how fast your cloud functions are. So that's how PubSub trigger works in cloud functions. So just to wrap up, in this video we covered two more trigger types. So in the introductory video we covered HTTP type triggers, and in this video we covered events from Google Cloud Storage and events or messages from Cloud PubSub. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more such content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.